Disney and Sony have a new physical media agreement, steelbooks and 4K announcements galore, and what is happening with 28 Days Later? All that and more coming up next here on Disc Dinosaurs. Hello and welcome back to Disc Dinosaurs, the only show on the internet proving to you that physical media is not extinct. I am your host, Teo the Terminurdle, and with me as always is my co-host, JT the Talking Head. JT, how are you doing today, man?
I am doing but getting through it. There's been a lot of emotions, a roller coaster of emotions going on these past 2 days, but we'll get into that.
There was definitely a lot more blue this past Blues Day Tuesday, man. People were smiling, and then they were crying, and then they were laughing, and then we just didn't know what to do. But before we get into these news stories, man, this is a physical media show first and foremost, and so I just want to ask you, man, what are the new pickups that you got this week?
We got a couple. We got the brand new Blu-ray from Shout Studios, Shout Select, Tenacious D, and The Pick of Destiny, finally on Blu-ray for the first time. This movie's been trapped on 720p DVD for years and years now. It's about darn time that we got a HD release of it. Very excited about that. Next up, we picked up the Walmart 4K exclusive steelbook of Weird, the Al Yankovic story. And I love this movie. This steelbook is great, and it's chocked with bonus features. It looks great with Dolby Vision. For Valentine's Day, I picked up my wife the new Lionsgate Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes steelbook, and this steel is so pretty. We got Snow there, and I've already forgotten her name, but her on the back. I absolutely adored this steelbook. I still need to pick up the new collection steelbook from Walmart, and then this finally came in. It's been out for a couple months, but I was an idiot who ordered through Amazon, so it got delayed. I got the Conan Chronicles with Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer 4K box set from Arrow Video. Quick promotional plug: if you go over to my channel at JT the Talking Head, link in the description, I do have a full review of this Conan set that you can go and watch, and I go pretty in depth on my thoughts on the film itself, the films, and the physical media release. So go check that out. Teo, I'm interested to see what you picked up, sir.
Yeah, man, I took an impulse run to Best Buy. I know that at the end of this month they are going to start clearing out their stuff, so I was just like, what can I get? What can I grab? I got some good ones here. To start, I got King Kong versus Godzilla. Now, this is from the 60s or 70s. I'm not concrete on the date, but I am a huge King Kong fan, and King Kong Week is coming up here in March, and I have made it my personal goal to own every live-action King Kong movie that there is, and so I had to grab this one. One of our other masters on this channel, Zilla Movies, has said that he highly recommends this movie. He says it is a fun, goofy time, so I'm excited to check that out. And then we got Pennywise, the story of It. This is a 2-hour documentary about the making of the 1990s mini-series of Stephen King's It, and I love that series. Me especially being a person that does have a stutter. The character of Billy was always somebody I looked up to. He was such a strong character and a natural born just like later. He's the character that like takes charge, and so it always has a special place in my heart, especially the 1990s, because that's the one that I grew up with. So I'm very excited to watch this just full-blown documentary, again chalked with a ton of special features and behind the scenes look at the behind the scenes. So that's pretty cool. And then last but certainly not least, I had to pick up the original Deadpool on 4K with the new Deadpool and Wolverine coming out. I was looking at my collection. I was like, oh, wait, I don't own Deadpool? I could have sworn I did own it. So I went to pick it up. I will be getting Deadpool 2. There is a steelbook from Zavi US that looks pretty cool. I'll put a picture of it up right now. I haven't decided if I want to spend the extra like $20 to get that or just get the regular standard one. But yeah, those are my pickups this week, man.
Very, very nice. Yeah, Deadpool not being in your collection seems like a very glowing omission, just knowing you.
Yeah.
But hey, we have a lot of news stories to cover. Let's go ahead and jump straight into that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, on Tuesday we reported about how the Disney Movie Club was going to be closing its doors on July 20th and going to be stopping where you can order on May 20th. And as soon as we uploaded that video, more information came out, and apparently Disney and Sony have signed an exclusive physical media contract where now Sony is going to be taking over all physical media distribution for Disney. Now, it is still yet unclear if this is just the new releases, just the back catalog, a combination of the two, and how many releases are we getting? Are we opening the Disney vault and just letting Scrooge McDuck and all of his pals just kind of pour out? Or is this going to be a very selective thing? We don't know yet, but JT, just based off of, the headlines and speculation, how do you feel about Sony taking over Disney physical media distribution?
Right. As you said, this news story broke literally like an hour after we uploaded the breaking news update last Tuesday. This story does come from Bill Hunt from the Digital Bits, so it's a very reputable source. And assuming this is true, which I'm fairly confident it is, because I don't think there's been any like official confirmation on either side, but the Digital Bits is a pretty reputable site. This can be either amazing or really bad, because when we look at Sony, they are the inventors of the Blu-ray. They invented the disc, the player. They have the best coding technology out there. Their physical media looks and sounds the best. They put Dolby Atmos on like everything they release in 4K. They are really good at distributing physical media. My concern is Disney's seeming lack of ability to let go of control of their IP. Disney's such a protective company that their image has to be within their control at all times. So giving some control over to Sony, I worry that they might try to gimp Sony in like releasing these movies, because if Sony wants to do this specific movie in 4K, then Disney might be like, okay, but do it this way, and Sony's like, no, I want to do it this way. And so that kind of butting heads does worry me. Also, something that worries me too is, or well, maybe not worry so much, is that I'm hoping that when it comes to catalog titles from Disney, and especially in the 20th Century Fox line that have maybe not aged so well, that might be kind of offensive to modern times and sensibilities. It'd be nice. I saw a lot of people on Twitter and Reddit making this same argument. It'd be nice if they would also open up the floodgates to other independent Blu-ray labels like Shout and Arrow and Criterion, just to get those films out into the cultural zeitgeist. So they're obviously not going to release some of those movies themselves, so let others pick it up. That's my hopes. I hope that Disney's taking physical media seriously, and this is a move to protect it and ensure its legacy, opposed to them just passing it off, but then they're also going to try to retain that control.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. It was Sony that created the Blu-ray, and they use a lot of cutting-edge technology with their Blu-rays. That does make me think there are a lot of recent Disney 4K releases that have left people disappointed. Ones that come to mind are the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Nightmare Before Christmas, which would not even play the audio correctly on PlayStations. So hopefully with Sony taking over, yeah, they can get some of those kinks kind of worked out, because I do feel, and not just I feel like this is true. Disney was getting a reputation for releasing horrible physical media. You brought up a good point too. With, I would love to see more Criterion releases with Disney. They did release Wall-E, which is technically, I guess, Pixar, but in collaboration with Disney. But I did want to ask you, what is a Disney movie that you would love to see in the Criterion collection? For me, it would be Snow White, since that was the first full-length cartoon. I would love to see that in the Criterion. But what about you?
The Jungle Book. That movie has so much cultural importance to it, as well as it being a powerhouse of animation. It was a big change, a big leap in animation with that movie. I think that it deserves the Criterion treatment for sure.
Speaking of Criterion, we did get some announcements from them this week, along with some other physical media distributors. JT, what are the new announcements that we got in the physical media world this week?
That is correct. Criterion announced their May releases. We are getting Peeping Tom in 4K and Blu-ray on May 14th. A story of floating weeds and the movie Floating Weeds. I'm not sure what that is exactly, on May 7th. Anatomy of a Fall on May 28th. Girl Fight also on May 28th. And on May 21st, we're getting 3 revolutionary films by Osame Simbene, which include Imatai, Zala, and Seto. Also, Lionsgate announced the Blu-ray for Anatomy of a Fall, so that's interesting. We're going to get 2 different releases of it. I guess Criterion maybe will handle just the 4K, and then Lionsgate will have the standard Blu-ray. We're also getting from Lionsgate the Iron Claw on March 26th. Poor Things has been confirmed for a March 12th release from 20th Century Fox. Severin announced their April releases, including The Scavengers, Hotspur, and Lola. They announced for April 30th the Oceans 11, 12, and 13 steelbooks. And finally, something that I have been personally waiting for so long. On May 7th, we are getting The Crow 30th anniversary 4K and 4K steelbook. This has been such a long time coming. The Crow is one of my favorite movies. It's an every year watch on Halloween. So to be finally getting this movie, and it's a very visual movie too, so it's going to look great in 4K, but to finally get this great movie on 4K and have it be brought back to the attention of physical media collectors and movie lovers, it does my heart good. And then lastly, but not least, we wanted to talk about 28 Days Later. Teo, this is a kind of a wild story. Right now, unless you already own the Blu-ray release of 28 Days Later, there's no way to watch it in HD. You can buy a DVD, but you cannot buy a Blu-ray because it's out of print. And coincidentally, it's not streaming anywhere. And it's not even available for buy or rent on Prime or Vudu, any iTunes, none of that. If this isn't an argument for collecting physical media, I don't know what is, because right now that Blu-ray is seeing dogma levels of price on eBay. It's insane. What are your thoughts on this? I personally have never seen 28 Days Later. I don't know if it's worth paying all that to see it. But I know that you've seen it, correct?
Yes, yeah, I have.
So I want to know what your thoughts are, and if you think that it's worth going out and trying to find this movie on eBay for these insane prices. Let's. Oh man, this is a weird story.
Yeah, let's definitely get into it. So I have seen 28 Days Later. Don't want to get too much into the actual like movie itself, because this isn't a review, but it stars Cillian Murphy, and basically when the movie begins, he was in like a coma, I think, and he wakes up once the zombie apocalypse has already taken place, and they somehow managed to practically get the most busiest street, or like the busiest corner, there's nobody there, and they recorded that. Practically they had to like time it out really good. This is definitely a movie I would love to have in my collection. Now, again, just like you said, you can't even purchase it or rent it or stream it literally anywhere. You can maybe get a DVD because they are releasing like the third movie in this trilogy. You would think that they would want people to see the first two films, especially that first movie, because that first movie is very beloved by both fans of horror movies and just fans of movies. But yeah, I can't imagine we'll go that much longer without a 28 days later release. But speaking of release, JT, what do we have that came out this week, and what is going to be coming out in this next week on this upcoming Blues Day Tuesday?
Starting with February 20th from Criterion, we have A Fire, Heroic Trio / Executioners. That's on 4K. Nothing But a Man. From Kino Lorber, we got Drifter, King, A Filmed Record, Montgomery to Memphis. That looks really freaking good. That's from the Library of Congress. Oh, I can't wait to see that. The Last Castle in 4K, Leviathan on 4K and Blu-ray, and LA Syndicastle. From the MVD Rewind Collection, we have Hardware Wars. From Paramount Pictures, we have the Beverly Hills Cop 3 4K and the Beverly Hills Cop 3 movie collection on 4K. From Indicator Powerhouse, we have Patrick and Snapshot on 4K and Blu-ray. From RLJE, we have Brawl in Cell Block 99 starring Vince Vaughn. That's coming out with a Walmart exclusive 4K steelbook. A Walmart exclusive 4K steelbook of Prisoners in Ghostland, and another Walmart exclusive 4K steelbook of VHS triple feature. From Shout Studios, we got the Darkman 4K, the 4K box set, and the 4K steelbook. We also have a Platoon 4K Walmart exclusive steelbook from them. From Sony Pictures, we got the Luzin Defense and Paprika coming into 4K. From Warner Brothers, we got the Hanna-Barbera Superstars 10, the complete film collection, 1987 to 1988. Comes with 10 Hanna-Barbera classic films. We got some Scooby-Doo, we got some Flintstones, some Jetsons, some Yogi Bear. That's going to be amazing. Finally, from Well Go USA, we got Train to Busan from Walmart exclusive 4K steelbook. On February 26th, from Mill Creek, coming Anaconda Walmart exclusive 4K steelbook. Both of these are Walmart exclusive 4K steelbooks. Hollow Man and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, I don't know if those are actually 4K. I think those actually might just be Blu-ray. From Shout Studios on February 26th, we have The Creep Show Walmart exclusive 4K steelbook. So Walmart hitting heavy and hard with the 4K steelbooks and just in general steelbooks. On February 27th from Criterion, The Roaring Twenties comes out. From Disney, we're getting Next Goal Wins. From Severin, we're getting The Dead One, Raiders of the Living Dead, and The Unscarred. From Shout Studios, we're getting Classic Tokusatsu Collection Blu-ray, Dragonheart Walmart 4K exclusive steelbook, Jill Rips, Magnificent Seven Walmart 4K exclusive steelbook. From Vinegar Syndrome, we're getting Definity, The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock, A Man Called Hero, Santet and Santet 2, Sex Mission, and the 4K of Southern Comfort. From Warner Brothers, we're getting Contagion, Smallville, the complete series, Wonka on 4K and Blu-ray, the Target exclusive Blu-ray, and a Walmart 4K exclusive steelbook. From Well Go USA, we're getting Dr. Chien and The Last Talisman, Monster, The Moon, and from Vinegar Syndrome, we're getting Daisy May and Roommates. And that's all the new releases we have upcoming. Back to you, Teo.
Dude, that is a lot of really good stuff. There were a couple of those that I'm like, yes, I need to get those before the next disc, Dinosaurs. Well, JT, this has been a packed episode, a lot of physical media news this week. And guys, just remember, I forgot. Anyway, all right, guys, my name is Taylor the Terminal. This has been JT the Talking Head. We will see you next time. JT, what should they watch out for?
Watch out for asteroids. Hasta la pizza. Disc Dinosaurs out!
And airplanes.
Airplanes. Nobody expects an airplane.
Except for Richie Valens. I don't know if I should say that.
and Buddy Holly. Damn!
Put that at the end of the episode so that just the people that watch it all the way through will, like, you know what I mean? All right, guys, we'll catch you later.